everyone and welcome to the Last of First challenge. Today I'm going to be driving as Charles Leclerc in the Ferrari, 110% AI, preset setups only, and of course equal cars to make it even more difficult for myself. As it suggests, in a 25% race, I'm going to be starting from the very back of the grid and trying to make my way to victory. Let's see how I get on. Going into it. Dropping the gears, we're going to do 1 or 2 burnouts to get the rear tyre temperatures up to temperature, because a good start is absolutely pivotal here. We have to make sure that we send it. So coming down, one final burnout to get tyre temp in and putting up to the grid. Anyway, 1, 2, 3, 4 lights, 5 lights, lights out, and away we go. We get a pretty good start. You can see right in the slipstream, already passing One You Joe up the inside. We're going to take it fairly conservative. Get a good exit. One You Go goes around the outside. Danny Ricciardo is the loser. Mick Schumacher slow on the apex. Down the inside. The AI famously turning here. So we just hop across the curve just to make sure we don't sustain any silly damage. We didn't gain anything from getting off the track there. Just was a bit nervous. Right, deploying a bit of battery down the straight. Around the outside. One You Joe again. G3 wide, saving a bit of battery down the straight. Down the gears, down to 5th gear. You see Ocon actually hits his front wing. Can we get down the inside of Ocon? Yes, we can. Have to watch out for Latifi on the outside, cutting down underneath. Slotting in right behind Latifi. Ocon still around the outside, having to press the battery. Drag race down the old pit straight, but we've got the position now. The 2 Red Bulls are clearing off in the lead, so we need to make our work quick. Right, now we want to try and save the battery down this little straight. Oh my god, I got nervous there. Ocon almost looked down my inside. Big snap over this. They're trying to get on the power in the dirty air. Trying to squeeze Ocon to the outside to make him back out. Deploying too much battery down there. Something that I didn't need or want to do. Right. Let's go. Right up behind Latifi now. Ocon's all over the back of us. Right, we need to shake off Ocon. We have to shake him off, otherwise we're not going to make progress forward. And we can't afford to waste our battery either. So it's been a good first lap. Oh my god, there's carnage up ahead. Going around the outside of Latifi. Can we get the inside of Magnussen as well? Double dive bomb. Down the inside, getting the job done. Now we're going to go all the way to the outside. Try and pick up a monstrous exit onto the straight. And that we do. Right up behind Tsunoda. Norris gets a bit of a snap. Making it 3 wide down the straight. They're almost 3 wide. They are 3 wide up ahead as well. So we can maybe take positions off the cars ahead. Down the inside. Watch out for them to cut across. Don't break my front wing on them. Now we're going to try and go around the outside of Stroll. It's not going to work. Norris is up inside. But we're going to get as good exit onto the straight as possible. Getting a bit of snap. I think there was a little bit of contact with Norris as well. Deploying battery. You can see Stroll's going to the outside of Gasly. We're going to the outside of Stroll. Round the outside. Lanos up the inside of us. Going off the track a little bit. Deploying a bit more battery up the inside of Gasly. We're going to blast past him on the straight. Taking the apex. Moving forward into the points paying position. Right. Next up is Mr. George Russell. We deployed a lot of battery doing this. Down to 39%. Right, 8 tenths. We're going to pick up DRS on the next lap. Remember, we're having the better tyres next stint. Right, we have to deploy a bit more battery. It's critical we get in that DRS zone. 8 tenths. We're going to have it. Down to 4th gear. Get the car into the apex. It's interesting that on equal performance, the game is ranking Albon to be ahead of George Russell. Right. Down into Brooklands, into Luffield. I was pushing a bit too hard on these mediums. Need to refocus. Remember, my time to shine will come later in the race when I get on the soft compound tyres. What I'm even thinking to do in a few laps, get an undercut, get some clean air. Actually, no, I'm thinking to do an overcut. On F1 2021, 100% undercut would be better. But this game is super difficult to warm up the tyres. So this lap has not been that progressive for us. We haven't really made any distance forward. The dirty air is much worse in this game as well, so it's harder to follow. Down to 4th gear. Pretty good chicane this time. 7 tenths to George Russell, 8 tenths. Hopefully we won't need to press battery. It's saying the game wants me to go to lap 8 now. So we clearly think I'm saving tyres pretty good. What I kind of agree with, if I can go 1 lap longer than the AI and benefit for them being slow on the outlap and gain a few track positions, it would be pretty ideal for my race. Now we're getting into the flow of things. Maximising these mediums in the dirty air. You can see the car just understeers. It's like a wall of dirty airs there. Deploying a bit of battery on the exit to stay nice and close. We might have an opportunity down the next DRS straight. Through Copse Corner. A lot of understeer right now in the dirty air. See what we can do. Through Max and Beckett's committed. Down to 7th, down to 6th. We tried to stay nice and close to that sausage curb, and we did that, anticipating the dirty air pretty well. Russell is going to be attacking Alex Albon to the outside of Stowe. Albon's going to be defending. He gives up the position, surprisingly enough. George Russell into P8, but look at that. We're catching the leading train. Short shift to 5th, nice and early. Lap 4 going on to lap 5. I'm going to deploy quite a bit of battery down the straight. Try to get up the inside of Alex Albon into this first sequence of corners. Bit of a lift through turn 1. Stay in the slipstream. Deploy a bit of battery right now. Down the inside. Take the DRS of George Russell. Secure the position down the next straight. Alex Albon's trying to go around my outside. Get a good exit. He did pick up a pretty good exit, but it shouldn't be enough down the straight. I don't think it will be. Now, George Russell is going to be vulnerable. He won't be having DRS down this next straight. Down the next DRS straight anyway. After Marcus and Beckett's. 2 seconds to the next car. Deploying a little bit of battery to stay nice and close, because I can get him down the DRS straight. The Red Bulls are running away in the lead, but I think that's Sebastian Vettel in a podium at Silverstone. But look how far the Red Bulls are in front. They're dominating this race. Of course, technically, untechnically, a home GP for them as well. Based in Milton Keynes, only 30 minutes away from Silverstone. Opening up the DRS. I do not want to waste any battery on the straight with George Russell. Is he going to defend? We're going to go to the outside. Dart to the inside. Lovely jubbly. Move done. Lap 5. The AI should start to box. There we go. There's a Ferrari in. There's George Russell in. Interestingly, both Red Bulls stay out though. Pulling a bit of battery, making sure Alex Albon can't get any sniff of me. 2.1 seconds to Alonso at the start of this lap. Let's remember that. 2.1. See where it is at the end of the lap. Down to 4th gear. Pretty sweet through there. On the power. Get the car rotated. 1.8 already. Looks like Alonso's falling off the back of Sainz. Down to 5th gear. You can see how much more grip I have by not having dirty air ahead of me. How much more confidence, rotation. Traction as well. I can't tell if Alonso's flashing his battery. I'm 2.5 tenths up on my delta. Look at the difference. Okay, I got a little bit off track there, but I gained half a tenth for that one turn alone compared to previously. Any time previous on my fastest. The dirty air is definitely sapping to be fought out in this game. They're side by side up ahead. Hopefully it can cost them time. We won't be coming in this lap, but next lap we're going to be boxing. Oh my god, Carlos Sainz go wide. They're all holding each other up. They're going to be side by side. Are they both going to go to the box? Carlos Sainz doesn't. We dive it down the inside of Carlos Sainz. He actually turns in and hits us. I think we have a little bit of damage on our side pod because of that. What a teammate. Nevertheless, though, I'm surprised he didn't box. I don't know what happened. His pace looks pretty okay right now. But Max Verstappen is the leader of this race, and he's 5 seconds up the road. Down to 5th gear. Rotate the car in. 1.9, Sebastian Vettel. Again, we're another 2 tenths up on our delta. We've broken the DRS as well to Sainz. If we can get closer to Vettel, we can get DRS as soon as we come out the box. Oh, that was sweet. 1.2. I don't want to waste all my battery down this straight. 4.3 seconds to max. Boxing this lap down to 6th gear. Rotate the car in. Box, box. Perfect. Down the pit limiter. My teammate follows me in. Right, we need to get this right. At least green. Okay, optimal. Let's go. And we held up. Oh my god. Look at that teamwork. Look at that. We're blocking Verstappen. We've blocked Verstappen in the box. That's what you call teamwork, baby. Let's go. Strategy genius. Look at that. So now we're going to have Perez coming flying past us with a Mercedes, who I predict is going to be Lewis Hamilton on the power. There's no to grip on cold tyres in this game. Vettel is just outside the DRS range. Can we get it back on the braking zone? Maybe, maybe, maybe we did. He's going to be struggling so much more on those cold hards, though. No, he got DRS, though. Oh, my God. Alonso's closing. We have to go defensive. Alonso's going to go around my outside. He actually has more grip than me right now. Oh, my God. Look how much Vettel is struggling. We're pushing him. I want the DRS, but I really need the DRS. I want the DRS. Come on. I don't want to fight you, Vettel. Come on, Vettel. Down to 7th gear. Get the car in. This exit is going to be critical. Alonso's super close to me. I don't want to waste any battery down the straight if I can help it. Right, we're going to go to the inside. Make sure it's done. The leaders are side by side into Stowe corner. Down to 5th gear. Get the car in. Job done. The leaders are 4-5 seconds up the road now. Valtteri Bottas sits the fastest lap of the race with us setting a purple final sector. 4 laps to go. Daniel Ricciardo's out of the session. Get the car into the apex. We can see the leaders are tantalizingly close. Right, deploy a nice bit of battery. We have to get there nice and early. We're going to be pretty tight on fuel as well, I think. Down to 5th gear. The leaders are fighting. Looks like a beautiful switch back on the apex, setting up left field with ultimate precision on the power smoothly. Don't worry about the rear tyres. 1.7 seconds to the DRS zone now. 1.7 seconds, Sebastian Vettel. Bottas up, be inside into Cop's corner. Ultimate bravery on his ex-teammate. 1.1 seconds. We're going to miss out on DRS for this lap, though. Down to 7th gear. Down to 6th gear. Get the rotation in. Again, we're going to miss out DRS, but we are now in the leading train for the fight. 1 second up on the delta. Purple middle sector. Yellow flags up ahead. Daniel Ricciardo stranded on the inside of the track. F in the chat, please, for Ricciardo. Coming on to lap 10. We have caught them. fastest lap of the race. Minus 1.6 on fuel. Right. We need to get past Bottas pretty quickly, but without wasting battery. We're too far on this one. Possibly into Copse corner. Down to 5th gear. Rotate the car in. Hamilton's pressuring Perez, the Minister of Defence. Oh my god! That's what's difficult about this game. The dirty air. You can just get little snaps like that. That's one opportunity gone with Bottas. Hard on the power. Fighting the car to the exit of the corner. Right, we need a perfect exit out of Max and Beckett's onto the hangar straight. Down to 7th gear. You can see we can hug the curves a bit closer with the dirty air running a bit wide. Open DRS. Deploy the battery. Right, we can turn off the battery. We're going to be right in the slipstream of Bottas. He doesn't even defend to the inside. See, Hamilton overtakes Perez for the race lead as well. Down to 5th gear. He's trying to go back around the outside, but we shut the door firmly. Right now, the 2 leaders up ahead. Rotate the car in perfectly. We need to do a little bit of fuel saving. 34% on the battery. It's not bad. It's not good. It might just be doable, though. Only a handful of laps to go in this race. Rotate it in. You can see the understeer. Perez makes a mistake. Can we be cheeky and deploy a bit of battery? Yes, we can. He's not deploying battery yet. He's going to go defensive to the inside. We're going to pull the slipstream of Lewis Hamilton down into Brooklands. Round the outside. Perez dives it back down the inside. There's actually a little bit of contact mid-corner. But we keep both hold control of the car. Rotate the car through the corner on the power slowly. We have got the position against Sergio Perez. We're still minus on fuel though. We're into P2. And now we are fighting Lewis Hamilton to wrestle away victory from him at his home circuit. Right. I can't believe Bottas though in P4. I know the car's on equal performance, but that's incredible. Of course, Verstappen got a bit unlucky by the Ferrari pit stop earlier as well. So it would have been interesting to see where he could have been in this fight. Right now, you can see we're not gaining huge amounts to Lewis Hamilton down the straight. We're still 0.7 on the fuel. So we have a few more lifts and coasts to do. A few more short shifts. So this is what I'm going to do. My plan is to do some fuel saving on this lap, the second to last lap. And get our fuel so we can attack on the finale of the race. The final lap coming up next lap, of course. See, big lift and coast. Down to 4th gear. Oh, we almost hit the back of Lewis. Misjudged the lift and coast in the braking zone a little bit. I think we would have made the apex fine. We just got a bit caught out by the closing distance. Right, short shifting down the straight. Down to 5th gear. Lewis getting a bit of a wiggle on the traction. Use a bit of battery on the exit just to keep nicely in the slipstream. Of course, the more you're in the slipstream, the more efficient or fast your car's in the straight line. So it saves even more fuel by doing that. Down to 7th gear. Hard on the power. We have to stay nice and close. The closer we are, like I say, if I can get right in that slipstream, I can do a big lift and coast at the end of this straight. Through Magda Beckett's, the front tyres are understeering. They're giving up grip. They've been punished. Dirty air all of the stint so far. Using a bit of battery just to get a bit closer. We are saving a lot of fuel right now. We're almost net even on the fuel. You can see big lift and coast. Look at that. And that has brought us slightly positive on the fuel again. So we should be good now to push. Who's going to get it? Me or Hamilton? Could even be Perez. Bottas if he's lucky. Right now it does seem like me and Hamilton are the main contenders. We need to nail this apex and we do. Bring the car in, avoid the dirty air. See, pop out the dirty air for a little bit. Get the car rotated. Avoid the snap of oversteer in the dirty air. You see the car fighting on the traction. Deploying a bit of battery. But it's not this straight that we want to tack down. We want to stay nice and close. 8 attempts to Perez. He's clearly burnt the best of his tyres away. See, trying to avoid the dirty air, get nice and close to the apex. Hamilton's squiggling around again. Clearly his tyres are feeling pain like mine. So we're getting the power smoothly here. Deploy a bit of battery. As long as we come out on Megas and Beckers around 25-30%, we should be in a pretty decent position right in the slipstream. We pick up a good apex through Copse Corner. We're just about positive on fuel. You can see the rain clouds, but they're going to stay away. There won't be rain right over the back of Lewis. Critical that we pick up our apexes here. And we do, but the dirty air, the tyres are fading away. 3.5 temps onto the back straight. This is a realistic last chance to overtake. Deploying the battery. Is Lewis still defensive? He is to the outside of Stowe Corner. You see we blast past on the straight. We go a bit deep in the corner. Hamilton comes back at us side by side into the final sequence, deploying more battery. Then deep on the brakes, but Lewis goes deeper on the brakes around the outside as well. We close off the line. And on the final sequence of corners, we do indeed get the victory on Silverstone in the Ferrari. Let's get it. Announcers, but we've got Charles Leclerc, Lewis, Sergio, Valtteri, Fernando, Sebastian, Max down in P7, George in P8, Alex Albon P9, Pierre Gasly P10, Carlos Sainz P11. Of course, had the issue at Stowe Corner earlier in the race. I don't know what else happened to him. Lando Norris, Nicholas Latifi, Lance Stroll, Mick Schumacher, Esteban Ocon, Yuki Tsunoda, Kevin Magnussen, Guan Yu Zhou, and Daniel Ricciardo DNFing in last place. Wow. So as you can see, we was able to take the victory on the final lap. This was recorded live on my Twitch page. If you want to join in the action and be part of the community, part of the chat as well, while these videos are being recorded, be sure to click my link in the description or search up Brendan Lee on Twitch and you can be able to follow or subscribe there as well. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to like and subscribe. And as well, what track do you want me to see do a last to first on next? Leave it below in the comments and I'll be sure to get to it. For now, grazie, ciao ciao.